Hola, Lady Lauren Lee here. Hold on a second. Hello? Yeah, 2 o'clock. Right. No, oh, yeah, it's okay. I'll call back later. All right, all right. Bye bye. Okay. Okay, folks, how you doing this morning? I've been up since 4:45 this morning. Today is registration for the grand swim class. So in order to register at 7 a.m. and to make sure there's room in the class for the class that you want to register for, you actually have to be there when Y opens, which is 5 a.m. So they all know me at the Y. They make jokes about me coming in and being at the head of the line because when you start those swim classes with kids, you've got to stay with it, because if you don't, you're just wasting money, because those swim muscles have to be rebuilt again and re-strengthened, and it's just a waste of money. So you have to stay with it until they're done. But I'm not going to talk long because I don't want my videos to go over 10 minutes, because I don't want to have a problem uploading. I tried to verify and upload for longer videos, but I'll worry about that some other time. I just wanted to say, do you guys believe in ghosts? Well, let me tell you what happened to me one time. My grandmother, my mother's mother, and her two sisters, the three of them left Virginia in the early 1900s, came up to New York, and my grandmother married an African from Liberia, not slaves from Liberia, but they migrated, his family migrated from Sudan. I'll tell you all about that one day. Her other sister married a Filipino, Theodore Alquinaldo, and her other sister married a white man, okay? And so it was like a universal, it was like a UN family. It was very interesting growing up. One day I'll tell you, I have a slew of stories about my upbringing because it was really interesting and a lot of fun sometimes. But anyway, Uncle Theodore, the Filipino, died not too long after my grandmother did. One night, my sister was hanging out with her friends, and she came in kind of late. Really wasn't supposed to be coming in that late, but she did. She came in late, and she got in her bed, and all of a sudden, she's screaming at the top of her lungs. I mean, the lights were out. We were all sleeping. She started screaming and screaming, and I'll tell you right now, I was 16. I pulled those covers over my head, and that was all she wrote, as they say. So she came over to my side of the room because there was a lamp on my end table. So I'm under the cover reaching out for this lamp on my end table. She's reaching out for it. We both fall on the floor, in the dark, trying to get this lamp turned on. So it was just a crazy experience. So about 2 minutes, maybe about a minute later, we heard, I saw this apparition over my sister's. Let me describe it. It was like half of a smoky man in a naval uniform. Uncle Theodore was in the Navy, okay, and we just concluded it was him. But anyway, about a minute after we got through screaming and climbing on the floor and crawling around in the dark, my brother started screaming in the next bedroom. All the kids slept upstairs. So he's yelling and screaming. So evidently what happened is this apparition left our room, and we probably frightened him, and went into my brother's room, passed through it, and down the stairs. Well, Mommy and Daddy, being very, very strong Pentecostalists, and those of you who grew up in the Pentecostal church, you know what I'm talking about. They said, whatever this is going on in this house tonight, you kids are all up here screaming, we're going to plead the blood and we're going to pray for this house right now. So needless to say, they started to pray all through the house. And like I said, if you grew up in a Pentecostal church, you know what that's all about. We never saw any more apparitions in the house after that. But I made up my mind that night. When I graduate from high school, I am leaving this house. That's the house that I grew up in. My parents had it for 32 years before they sold it and moved upstate. Those of you who have seen apparitions and have seen ghosts, or maybe a family relative, and everyone else is, naysaying and telling you that that it's all in your mind and it's your imagination, let me tell you something. I saw it with my own two eyes. So take heart. As I always say, you're not by yourself. You're not even by yourself in seeing ghosts, let me tell you. And for every thought that you may have, there's thousands of people out there that probably share the same thoughts. So you're not by yourself. And as I always say, he lives, and he's ever mindful of everything in your life and all your needs and wants and desires. My hair is a little bit different today. Speaking of hair, I found these, they kind of fell out in the shower. Let me see if I can straighten this out a little bit. These are some old dreads of mine. I wore dreadlocks for, well, I've had them. I still have some. They're 35 years old. I had dreads for 2 years while I lived in Manhattan, and then I cut them off. Everybody who grows dreads usually cuts them off one time. And here's some more. And then I grew them back for 35 years. So yeah, the hair is different. The next video I do, my hair, it might be a little darker. I'm not too sure. This is the summer look. So I'm thinking about, I just want to, fall is coming in too fast. I want to keep the summer look going. So anyway, I'm kind of tired. Like I said, I was up at 4:45 this morning. I'm going to go have a little breakfast and do my exercises later. I might even do another video when the grand comes in at 2 o'clock, because she likes to hang out with me in my videos. She wants to tell the world all my personal business, so sometimes I have to shut it down, and I don't want to keep redoing the videos. But if she might say something that I don't, that she's something else. She takes over my videos whenever possible, so I have to make sure that she doesn't divulge anything that I don't want said on the internet. But like I said, when she comes in at 2, if she wants to do a video, we'll do one together. Maybe a little music, who knows. But anyway, so I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I'll probably be back later on. I'm going to do a little workout later on. I'm thinking about, my father was a boxer among many other things. And he was a very toned individual. His body was really beautiful. And my mother, before she gained weight, she had an awesome body and the most beautiful legs ever. I'm happy to say that I took legs after my mom. People who know me, they kind of know that. But anyway, that's not even here or there. I'm going to probably, if I tone really well, do a really good job of it, I'm thinking about competing in the over 60 female competitions. I don't want to look like the women who are really muscular and look like men. I don't like that look at all, and I never want to look like that. But I know that I can tone, and my sister was the same way. I know that I can tone and get that body really nice and keep the weight down. I gained 18 pounds over the last maybe 12 years, and I just lost it. So I'm back down to 136 now, and I want to stay there. I don't want to look emaciated, so I'm not going to try to go lower than 135. But once I keep the weight down and I'm enjoying, the weight loss, and a lot of people don't think that, they laugh at me when I say that I gained weight. They want to know where. Well, when I gain weight, I gain it in all the wrong places. So I'm not in, I mean, if I could get some of these, maybe I wouldn't mind, but I usually don't. So what's the point in gaining weight? Plus, I like being light on my feet. So that's just something else that we'll talk about at another time. But I had to tell you that ghost story because I wanted to do it the other day. And to be perfectly honest, it was kind of bugging me. So now the ghost story is out. I have lots and lots of other stories to tell you, as I said, about my upbringing, because it was extremely interesting and never a dull moment. My parents were teenagers when they got married, so needless to say, when you have teenagers for parents, and I said married, when you have teenagers for parents, there's never a dull moment. So I'm going to sign off because it's about 10 minutes and 32 seconds, and I don't want to have problems uploading this video. So I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll do a video with the Grand. As I said, he lives. He's ever mindful of your needs, wants, and desires. Te quiero mucho, everybody. And Lady Lauren Lee will talk to you later. Adios.